immediately, okay, I studied OPS. What is OPS? Oh, portfolio program. What is portfolio? What is EF? What are tangible? What is business case? What is intangible? What is PMO? Every single thing on one page, and in 1 minute you can review it. Right? Let's go another mind map. Somebody, Datta put it for stakeholder. Okay. How do I identify the stakeholder I have here? Okay, stakeholder categorization. Okay, internal, external. Oh, high power, high interest. So, okay, salience model. Okay, good. Somebody even made that. Okay, how's to do communication? Okay, that's what I learned. Okay, this is another topic, another stakeholder. So when you go to the mind map, you immediately learn the entire thing in 1 minute. That is the purpose. You can make it as beautiful as it. Some people are artists, some people are like me, right? So whatever is for you, you can do that. Like so, I guess one of you guys, he's good with colors. Who is doing that? Ahmed. Ahmed is like Ahmed. Mind maps are looking more beautiful. What he did, he just made them colorful. No one else thought about it. This is artist, right? Some people are, most of us are engineers, so we are far away from artists, right? So the purpose is to put all the content on one page. That's the purpose, Ali, right? G. So somebody asked that question, that when we are solving question answers of stakeholders, other topics questions are also coming. It will keep on happening.
Mr. Amer, for
Please
the
always,
mind map.
whoever is asking, please always raise your hand. Okay, please always raise your hand. Let me complete. So stakeholder questions. If we talk about the stakeholder question answers or communication, as we move, every topic will be linked to other topics. You don't need to worry about those things, right? What you need to worry is to give you solve the question answer and do the RCA. 90% of the things you will learn from RCA, right? So RCA is very critical. We need to do it every single time. Yes, Datta.
Yeah, this Myro.com where I'm using first time. So how to make that PDF?
I don't know.
We can take the snap.
No idea. I never.
Ah, okay.
I use it really 1 or 2 times. Some like we were using other app. One of the student recommended it. I checked it. I liked it. But somebody knows in the group. I guess
Okay, well, sir.
Sarat
Well, sir.
Aisha knows it. Musarat, are you with me? She was doing PDF, something like that. You can take a picture of it, do it in that way. Let me tell you one thing.
Okay.
Even if you make mind map by hand, I'm okay with that. If I say I make mind map on my iPad, I daily make
No,
it.
that's good actually. This is good. Micro.com.
Miro,
Sorry, Myro.com is
yeah,
good actually.
yeah, it's
But
actually very
yeah,
good. It's very good. People get
time
very
saving
excited.
and yeah.
Yeah, it's actually very good. It all depends your artistness or things of those nature. As I said, let me tell you a secret today. Yesterday I shared some of them. When I was doing, I'm a mechanical engineer. For those who don't know, I'm a mechanical engineer. I did mechanical engineering from the top institute in Pakistan. So in the first semester, my GPA was 4, complete 4 GPA. In the second semester, I was CR. So the one who tops, he becomes a CR. My GPA came 3.73 in second semester and with one supply. Like I failed in one subject. 3.7 GPA and fail in one subject. The subject was engineering drawings, right? The subject was, and I was not sad. Everybody knew I was like I failed in it because they know I cannot draw a straight line, right? Even in the supply, when I went to the exam in summer, like in our university, you go to summer to give the re-examination. All the people who never attended the class, and I was there, and they were looking at me, what the hell is doing here? And let me tell you a story. One of my, she was girlfriend at that time. She helped me a lot uh, for preparation, how to do that, and I barely passed that. And I'm sure if that have any other topic has come like that again, I would have failed. So drawing is my something I am so afraid that I cannot even tell you. I never studied bio, and the reason was I saw my brother making diagrams like frog, heart. I thought, nah, I'm not gonna go that side. I'm gonna fail. I studied computers. So I ran away from the drawings. But on iPad, I can make it. So I'm sure you will be better than mine. So yes, many of you shared me your strength and weaknesses. Why I'm sharing you this? Guys, I have so many weaknesses. And so do you. So do you. If we focus on our weaknesses, we can improve, but we'll never get better. Let me ask you, if your son or if you remember, if you got A in all subject and D on one subject, which subject your teacher and your parents will ask you to focus?
D.
And that is the problem. That is the entire problem here. If we focus on one subject, and I was blessed to have a mother, like she is awesome. She never focused on D. Even when teacher said, look at his marks in English or Urdu or all the literature, my mother uses look at his marks in science, look at his marks in maths. I always had like 98. Either I get 100 or 98. I don't know, but never had 99. My mother always used to say that. And that has helped me a lot. And that's why, maybe that's why all of us are doctor or engineers. My brother is a neurosurgeon, brain doctor. My sister, she's now doing postdoc. Uh, I'm mechanical engineer. My younger brother is a mechanical engineer. So that's what I want to share with you. Focus on your strength, one strength, whatever is it. I like Ahmad. Are you here? So Ahmad will be making a great mind maps for us. He made
Yes, sir.
Yes, he made beautiful mind maps. And when he asked communication mind map, I said, he's asking? He should make it. All of us will be using. The entire class will be using that, right? So every class, there are 1 to 2 students who are artists and they made beautiful mind maps. Then there are some students who are detail oriented. So the goal is there, identify your strength and work into it. Okay. Now let's come back to the revision of the topics. How do we identify stakeholders? Put in the chat box. How do we identify stakeholders? Put in the chat box, please. Everyone, please put in the chat. Okay. The entire process, write it down. Expert judgment, focus group, interviews, things of those nature, right? So that is how we basically identify stakeholder. Once you identify the stakeholder, what is the next step? What do we do with them? Guys, please, it's just morning. Try to write down quickly. What do we do them? As soon as we identify the stakeholders, we analyze them, categorizing them in internal, external, upward, downward. Then what do we do? Then what do we do? Immediately. Then what do we do, guys? Okay.
Categorize.
Chat box, please. Everybody chat box. We prioritize them using power interest graph. There are 3 ways we discuss prioritization: power interest graph. Okay. Then we discussed stakeholder cube, that is power, interest, and third parameter. Then we discussed salience model. I have a weak memory. So what was salience model? What were the 3 categories of salience model, guys? Please tell me. I have a weak memory, getting old maybe. Power, urgency, and legitimacy. Thank you. Thank you very much. So now we have prioritized the stakeholder. Now we'll make the stakeholder engagement matrix. What is the purpose of stakeholder engagement matrix? What is the purpose of stakeholder engagement matrix? Strategies to engage. How do we identify the engagement level of each stakeholders? How do we identify the engagement level of each stakeholder? How do we identify engagement of each stakeholder? How do we identify engagement level of each stakeholder? Now, when we want to identify engagement level for each stakeholder, we need to look at stakeholder engagement metrics. What is their current engagement and what do we desire, right? Everybody agree to that? What do we need and what they desired? So in stakeholder engagement plan, we only put the strategies required to engage the stakeholder. Once you have strategies required to engage the stakeholder, who will approve it? Who will approve the stakeholder engagement plan? Sponsor, or change control board or governance board, whatever you want. Sponsor will approve the change control. Uh, okay. Now you will implement it. If you find out that your plan is not relevant and you want to update, how do you update it? How do you update it? You raise a change request. Okay. Thank you. If a new stakeholder comes, put it in the chat box the sequence. What is the sequence? How do we follow that? What is the sequence that we follow? If a new stakeholder come, Kamar, I'm looking at you. Ali Khan, I'm looking at you. Rakesh, type. Guys, type. I am reading every single person. Please type. The reason is that in this way, you can learn more how we are moving. All 50 of you. Type. Everybody type. No raising the question. Type. Right now, what we are doing revision. I'll come to you, Kamar, in a minute. We'll discuss the questions, whatever the questions you have. We identify the stakeholder. We identify the stakeholder. We categorize them, we prioritize them. If a change request is needed, we raise a change request to update the plans. Okay. Once the stakeholder plan was done, we made another plan that was called communication management plan. What was the purpose of communication management plan? Communication management plan, 4 hour of communication. What is 4 hour of communication? What is 4 hour of communication? Right information at right time to right people to have right impact. Like who needs the information? When the information is, why the information is needed, how the information will be communicated, how the information will be transferred. Every single thing will be mentioned there. If the question talk about the frequency, if the question talk about the communication requirement, like you need a video or audio, you need daily information, weekly, monthly, communication plan will talk about. Okay? Somebody needs a push communication or pull communication or interactive communication. Communication management plan will talk about. I need to understand political awareness. What is political awareness? Who has power? What is cultural awareness? How things are done, right? So, for example, one of the thing I'm living in US right now. So one of the important beautiful thing about the culture is that I can go to Japanese restaurant. They have a different culture. I can go to Indian restaurant. They have a different culture. Pakistani restaurant, American restaurant. They have a different culture. For example, if I go to Pakistani, Indian, Japanese restaurant and don't give tip, no, there is no problem. If I go to American restaurant or Italian restaurant and don't give tip, there is a problem, right? That's the culture, okay? Because in my culture in India, Pakistan, we consider tip as kind of a bonus. In many cultures, they consider their right. Make sense? Everyone has their different culture. No one is right or wrong. We need to understand the culture. Have you seen me? I am never doing this thing to you. I am doing this, doing this. I don't know in your culture, this can be something threatening. You don't like it. Yes or no? I have not made anyone fun from yesterday. I'm making fun of me, of my weaknesses. If I want to say, I am praising you as I praised Ahmed, as I praised RC as of. Why? Communication. Communication. To improve to improve the communication of every single person along the way. So communication is extremely critical communication is extremely important for the entire thing. Okay. Stakeholder communication. This is the heart of project management. Once we communicate better, people can understand us better, and we can work into that way. Okay. Ji Kamar Saab, you had a question, sir.
Actually, I don't have any question. I have apology. Yesterday, I was not able to complete
It's
the
okay.
class.
It's okay. The thing is that
So
you
this topic is new for me because it
keep
was
on
in the
moving.
later portion
Keep
of
on.
the.
You see, I wear this shirt today for you guys. Keep on moving. Okay.
Okay.
The thing is that let me put it, Kamar, easy, all of you at ease. What I need from you guys, only one thing. Kamar and everyone, I at least 15 people have messaged, and when we started, Said message immediately. The assignment was too much. I know. I gave it myself. You cannot do that. It is practically very difficult to do that. What I ask you, what I request you, only one. Do your best. Okay, Kamar? For example, Ali Shan messaged me today. Yes, I'm coming to my logo. That is my logo. That is my trademark. One is greater than zero. So Ali Shan messaged me today. Sir, I just came from office like 5:15, 5:30 Saudi time, and the class is starting at 6 p.m. Sir, how can I do the assignment? It's okay. Come to the class. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Whatever you can do, do. The next class will be on Friday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Then, then if you haven't done the assignments, all of them, I will call them excuses. Now I can say them as challenges, but if you don't do by then I'm gonna name it excuses. Let me tell you straight thing. I'm a very straightforward person. If you anyone does BS, I will call it BS. My brain does not work in that way. No, that's okay. I don't have that. Right? So Kamal, that's okay. Do your best, and I accept your apology. Uh, Keep trying that. Okay?
What is BS?
One more thing.
I don't want to say that word. I'll message you personally. Yes, Kamal.
Uh, to make the mind map, do we need to follow the sequence from yesterday we started to the end? Yes
One
or
second.
no?
One second. One second. Always follow the sequence. Always, please mute yourself. Always follow the sequence. Fundamentals, stakeholder, communication, team, agile, risk, mind map, question answers, RCA. Mind map, question answers, RCA. Okay? Follow that sequence and that will be good. Okay? Follow that sequence, that will be good. And as Saurav was saying, like actually my wife said today, do you want to wear the shirt one is greater than zero today? I will be wearing it tomorrow or on Friday. I said no, not today. Yesterday I know they have not completed any task. I don't want to pressure them. Please do your best. Whatever you can, that is the point here. Now, anyone has any other question? Somebody also was asking something. Anyone else has any question? Yes, Aisha. Yes, sister.
Hi. So yesterday there was a question in the fundamental that your corporate compliance office just not okay.
Aisha and everybody, for future till you become PMP, whenever you have a question, take a screenshot of that question and share
Okay.
in the WhatsApp group, or in the question or in the session. If you have a question, take that screenshot. One word, one word from the question, one keyword that you may be missing will change the entire question. So I don't answer the question unless you have the question with you. Okay?
Okay. So suppose if you are asking like you mentioned, like whether we have to consider we as a project manager
Project
or a
manager. I
project.
am, this is project management professional. I am always project manager. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, I am always project. Gee, anyone else has any question? Could you share the notes you are? I will share that. Rakesh, I forgot yesterday. In the morning, I remember, oh, I haven't shared it. But today I will share yesterday and today's notes also. Anyone else? Okay, let's go to the slides quickly of the communication. Few things we missed, so that in the slides we can cover them also. I need to turn that again. Okay. So in the communication, we studied how to manage the stakeholder communication basically. What are the best way? You will get these slides, so don't worry about it. How to build it, what approach works with them. Can you answer the question number one? What do you think is the first document when the project starts? What is the first document? Everybody put in the chat box. What is the first document? Kamar, you have a question? Then lower your hand. Huh? Put in the chat box what is the first document when project start? Project charter. Okay. Once the project charter is created, what is the first thing you do? No. Snan, review the project charter. Review the project charter. Once the project charter is created, project is started, we review it. We shared the responsibilities of the key stakeholders so that they don't miss it. Then we discussed what is assumption log. We discussed that length, assumption, and constraint log. Okay, I have a question. Now there are two scenarios. We discussed both of them yesterday. One scenario is project manager is selected after the project, or second scenario always happen. Project manager is a part of the organization, right? There is no other scenario. There is only two scenario. Let's go with the scenario number two. A project manager is working in the project. A project charter has not been created yet. He want to review before making the charter. He want to review which document he can review before the project. Thank you, Ankit. Business case. It will always be business case. Okay. At any time in your project, write it down. At any time, Yugesh, in your project, if the project business case is not valid, you need to escalate it to the sponsor immediately. That that's a red flag that your business case is not relevant. We need to immediately escalate it to sponsor. Immediately. We need to escalate it to sponsor immediately. Ji Ali sir.
Yes, my question is business case can be changed or no?
No, 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 no. Three documents cannot be changed: benefit management plan, business case, and project chart.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So business case, you need to review it. Okay, let's go to the slides back. So we identify the stakeholders, who the stakeholders are, some of the stakeholders example, why we cannot review. No, no, business documents we are reviewing, Asnan. Business document mean business case and benefit management plan. So the major thing is that we want to review business case, is it feasible or not? Unless it is mentioned that the project is done for some kind of NGOs or benefits. Unless it is mentioned, we will assume that we are here for the money. Straightforward, right? You see, let me tell you simple thing. Many students ask, sir, why do you don't make this program as $100 or $150? We can afford it. I really doubt it. I always ask them, you can pay the exam fees for sure. You can pay this thing. The point is that if I do it $100 or $200, I cannot provide the services I'm providing. Straightforward. The services you will see, I cannot provide it. So business case has to be there. Business case has to. This is my passion. This is my obsession. But I earn such amount of money that I don't have to worry about money. If I am continuously worrying about money, then I will be a problem for me. Everybody agrees? If you don't have food at home, this we will discuss today. This at motivational theory, Maslow hierarchy of need. If your need is not fulfilled, you will be continuously going for that need, right? I am blessed to have a great wife. She's earning that much money that even if I don't earn, it's okay, right? But as a general, this is the challenge there always. So that's why business case is always critical. So what yesterday one of the student in the class asked me when he was sharing weaknesses, sir, what is the number one key to be successful like you? I said, marry the right woman. That is the number one key. Okay, so three documents that cannot be changed: business case, benefit management plan, and project chart. Okay, so we discussed All these things are clear to you? Stakeholder register, stakeholder plan, communication management plan, stakeholder engagement matrix, and those power interest graphs. These we discussed. How do we identify the stakeholder? Then how do we analysis them? Then we made a stakeholder register. They give the example, something like this. Oh, it can be any type. Then we discussed power, influence. We discussed power interest graph, how we do that, right? Then we discussed direction of influences, upward, downward. We discussed salience model. We discussed one of the thing is that we also need to understand stakeholder perception, how they perceive us, how they perceive us. Well, I'm very happy in this online class. I love speaking to audience at stage. But whenever I go to stage, I at least need 5 minutes for people to get convinced that I'm very good. Why? How do you get convinced? Somebody is six packs, somebody is 6'3", 6'4". We have that. I'm not six packs, not far, far away from that. Plus, my height is 5'4". So always, whenever I used to go to that stage and keynote speak, so always I need 4 or 5 minutes so that audience can trust me. Okay, this guy can speak. He has information to share, right? All of my great trainers, all of them are 6 foot. So whenever they were on that stage, people were already afraid of them. So there's always a perceptions of the stakeholders. Make sense to you? How the perceptions of the stakeholder, how to do that? Ali, or everything I said it on the day one, you don't have to ask me. I will share all of you. Everything that we are saying there. So we capture them in the stakeholder register. Then we plan to communicate with the stakeholders. As I said, right information at right time to right people to have right impact. Effective way of communication. What information does stakeholders need when they need that? Who needs the information? What information is needed? Who is authorized? Guys, read this slide, please. Who needs the information? This is example of communication plan. Like, let's say kickoff meeting will happen one time at the start of the project. Who will be responsible? Stand up. There's a thing, write it down. There's a stand up is a meeting that happen daily for 15 minutes. Time is fixed. 15 minutes, same time, same location. Only three questions are asked. What you did yesterday? What you are going to do today? And is there any problem, roadblocks? What do we call it? Stand up or stand up, daily scrum, different names for that. Clear? Then we have a meeting in predictive projects, lesson learn meeting. In Agile, we called it retrospective. Write it down, retrospective. The purpose of the retrospective, sure, Usman. The purpose of the retrospective is a lesson learn meeting. We do that in Agile projects. What are different type of projects we will discuss today, but just to give you retrospective. So these things should be mentioned in the plan, how we are gonna discuss with them. Different types of meetings that we have in project. Communication plan is all about 4 hours of communication. We need to analyze the stakeholder communication requirements, what communication need is there, how they need the communication, right? The communication can be face to face, physical, virtual, body language, gestures, whiteboards. Now, yesterday, I, I 90% of my class is on whiteboards. I'm writing there, but today I'm also doing it slides. At the start of the session, I ask you to write. We review the stakeholder communication topic. Why? Repetition. Repetition. Make sense to everybody? Right? How the information is being shared and moved into that. What is the difference between retrospective? We will discuss that in Agile. Daily stand up as three things. What you did yesterday, what you are going to do today. Is there any problem, roadblocks, things of those nature? Key stakeholders you define through power interest graph. Naveen, those who have high power, high interest, those are key stakeholders. Okay. Can we stand up as kickoff meeting? No, the kickoff meeting is a different meeting. Kickoff meeting is basically when the project management plan is done, when you are about to share the project. That's one time meeting in one project. Whereas stand-up meeting is daily. Stand up, stand up, you can call stand up Minajuddin as status meeting that you do on your project. Daily, you do in construction sector, we call it toolbox. Yes, Kamar, I was gonna say that. We can call it as a toolbox meeting, right? So in toolbox meeting, people share with them, but this is more of a structured with three things only. What you did yesterday, I was in a I have been a health and safety manager also. I changed so many field because I get bored. So we used to do toolbox meeting when I was a mechanical engineer also. But when I introduced this stand-up, when I learned from PMP and I introduced it, stand-up is even better than those. Why? Structure is fixed. 15 minute. Let's say there are 50 manager, 15-minute, everybody have to share only this thing. What you did yesterday, today, any problem? If there's a problem, there will be a follow-up meeting. We are not gonna go deep into that problem. Let's say I have a problem with Naveen, or Naveen has a problem with Kamar. Discuss it later on. Why other people are needed? No. Okay. So this is important. A stand-up meeting are mentioned. Yes, everything should be mentioned in communication management plan. And for now, just understand that. Okay. So meeting can be physical, virtual, physical, face-to-face communication. Write down in your notes. Whenever there is a communication problem, particularly in virtual team, we try to have face-to-face meeting. Whenever we try to have a face-to-face meeting. This is the number one rule that you can say. Communication can be push, pull, interactive. Jisman.
Uh, Amer, I just have a quick question regarding this daily stand-up retrospective and all other communication, yani collaboration meetings. These will all be coming under the communication management plan.
Everything that relates to 4 hours of communication will come under communication management plan.
So 4R is basically a definition. It's sort of like a high-level overview of
Yes,
what comes under
yes,
communication management
yes.
plan.
Everything
And
that needs to be communicate comes under communication management plan.
And tools, for example, any tools used for communication comes under that tools, and then this things comes under the management plan of that
Yes,
meetings and
yes,
interactions.
yes.
Thank you.
Sure. Okay, so we can have a push communication, pull communication, interactive. Acha, very important thing. When you want to communicate with large audience, we use push communication. Like you can say toolbox meeting or a political meeting with thousands of people. But when you want to communicate with very large audience, it's always pull communication. How? YouTube videos, dashboard. I cannot communicate with 1 million people no matter how big the ground is. At least I don't know, right? So large and very large difference there. Large like Taylor Swift, I guess she has the biggest audience, or whenever the football match or India Pakistan match is there. How many people can be in the stadium? A limit. But how many people watch on TV? Let me explain you this thing. When you are watching on TV, you are deciding it. Yes or no? Or somebody forced you to turn the TV on, put the match, and then like eat a lot of popcorns and things that no, you are doing it. It's a pull communication. It's your choice. Okay. So communication, whenever we are want to communicate, we need to see how urgent a communication is, availability, ease, how much confidential communication is, right? This is PMI called it communication model. Somebody send an information, somebody receive an information. If I'm sending an information, I'm a sender. You receive an information, you are a receiver. And then you give me a feedback and communication loop is completed. Anything that damage my communication, I called it noise. This is damaging my communication. I called it noise. What can noise be here? Your internet. That's a noise. Maybe I'm speaking too fast. That's a noise. Maybe I'm speaking too slow. That's a noise. Maybe too much content. Anything, anything that hampered our communication is a noise. Clear? Now, PMI use the language, I encode the information, which means encoding means now when I am sharing, trying to share that communication, I have a picture in my brain. I have a thinking. I share that to you. You try to decode it, try to understand with your own experiences. Now, when I said, for example, stand up, the IT guys immediately understand what does daily stand up means. But civil people, they translated it to decoded it into their own language. Okay, toolbox. Okay, status meeting. Okay, maybe health and safety meeting. They translated into all. There is no right and wrong in life. It's all your own stakeholder perception. Make sense to everybody? Right? For example, for someone buying a watch of $100,000 is like I was having a discussion with one of my colleague that Fatek, this watch I was thinking it is like 90,000 and with tax it will become $100,000. He converted it and he said I can get a house of five marla easily here. Why the hell I would buy a watch? That's a that's his perception. And but then you go to that shop, there's a wish list of 400 people. Everybody has their own perception. No one is right or wrong. That's the beauty of life. Everyone has their own perception, right? Yes, Asad.
Sorry, just a quick one. I wanted to ask,
Okay, one thing.
is
Whenever you have a question, everybody, you don't have to say, I have a question. That's why you raise hand. The communication means you raised hand, you have a question. So directly go for that, whatever your question is. Yes, tell me.
so you said anything that breaks communication or hurts the communication is called noise. So I was wondering if we are communicating with a stakeholder that is resistant to our initially it is being identified as resistant. So possibly they will not receive communication very well. So we'll call them, they are also like their behavior can also be perceived as noise, or how we take that.
First, thank you for asking that question. I was gonna go for that. First of all, everybody, and I need from everyone in the chat box, the resistant stakeholder. The question says a stakeholder is a resistant. Power interest graph. How would you manage it? Asad, I'll answer your question in a minute. On power interest graph, how would you manage the resistant stakeholder? High power, high interest, high power, low interest, low power, high interest, low power, low interest. How would you manage? So, Numan, you are saying low power, low interest. Third quadrant mean that. Yeah, if somebody is interested, if somebody is resistant, let me make this thing very clear. If somebody is resistant, he is interested. That is the first thing. If somebody is resistant, he is interested. That's the first thing. He is interested. Otherwise, he cannot be resistant. That's the first thing. Second thing, resistant stakeholders, we consider them always hyper. Otherwise, we don't care. Got my point? Otherwise, we don't care. If someone, for example, if somebody post a comment on my YouTube, your voice is, and I have seen so many messages, your voice is so desi, your voice pronunciation is not right. And he's a resistant stakeholder. He's interested. He watched the entire, like a person watched the entire 12-hour video and at the end saying that your handwriting is poor. Like he put out 15 mistakes after watching the entire 12-hour video. Was he interested or not? But he was not power. I never considered him as a resistant stakeholder. I replied him, thank you very much. But if you don't like my voice, if you like, I got a feedback from two students, sir, can we also get a book? I will share you. Your speed was too fast. Okay. They are high power, highly interested. Shabazz Alam, we will always consider those stakeholders who are resistant as high power, high interest. Asad, a high power, high interested stakeholder, if he is important for us, if his current engagement level is resistant and my need is sportive or leading, I need to do every single thing to make sure that they become better. Let me give you an example from your life. Your spouse, your children, they become resistant stakeholder many times, right? They become resistant stakeholder many times. One of the biggest technique, and we were gonna discuss, but now we discuss this. The biggest problem a human has from other human is we don't listen to them. If Jangir had a problem with me, okay, if a Jangir had a problem with me, I just call him and listen in from 3 minutes or 2 minutes. End of story. He will be okay. He will be okay with me. That is called active listening. It's number one tool and technique. Yeah, right. Daughters are always resistant. Number one technique, number one technique number one technique for a project manager is active listening. Active listening. Now, what is active listening? First of all, giving your 100%. Datta, what is active listening? Can you unmute yourself and tell me?
Yeah, active listening is actually you are giving your 100% and reporting again what exactly mean to.
Okay, okay. Was that active listening what I did? No. So when we say I am listening, this is listening. Depending upon your culture. What I just did, Said, that was passive listening. Okay, okay, I'm listening to you. When, like, depending upon your culture, for example, when I'm talking to my elder brother, he's my big brother, is like father to me, or my father or my mother. I cannot have eye to eye contact. My culture does not allow, right? Or my culture is that way. I don't do that. But when I'm talking to you, I would like to have a eye to eye contact. Or when I am talking, I want you to have eye to eye contact with me. Or saying, nodding, giving your 100% attention. That is active listening. And if I just do that, you feel valued. Datta, you are feeling bad now when you were talking to me, I was using mobile. Yes or no? A little bit there. That is what we don't need to do. A human being is the most important thing that we need to do. And as a project manager, you can get a question. A team member comes to your comes to you, and you are using mobile, and you did not even lift your face, and you answered him. Which training do you need on? Emotional intelligence, active listening, communication, or team management? Now you see all four are right answer. All four are right answer. Here I need to do an active listening. We need to be specific on that. Okay. Asad, I hope you got the answer. It's my responsibility to listen to him, talk to him, and make sure that noise is reduced. Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Gee, this is a communication model. We discuss into that. Then we need to involve the stakeholder, understanding their current engagement and what do we desired. Stakeholder plan is all about one thing: identify the strategies and implementing those strategies so that the stakeholders are happy. Strategies that we need to do. So this is the summary of entire thing. Okay, summary of the entire thing. So what did we learn? What is stakeholder engagement plan, communication plan, stakeholder matrix, virtual team? We are virtual team. Okay, you see, I had written this: active listening and resistant stakeholder. What is virtual team? We are a virtual team. Put it in the chat box. What are the 5 challenges of the virtual team? What are the 5 challenges of the virtual team? Time zone. Thank you, Asra. eye contact, internet, communication, internet, network issues, hygiene. Okay. Hamza, house hygiene. When people are together, hygiene is a big problem. Culture, yes, Farhan, good. Only 15 people answered it here. What about other are sleeping? Okay, you have turned the video off. I accept that, but it does not mean here you are not participating. Please, internet connection. By the way, I'm a very impatient guy. Another weakness of mine, and you will see as class progress. Okay, okay. Now you put the problem. Give the solution for that. If a team member, okay, if you have a team member, and you will get a question. He has never worked with a different religion or a different gender or a different speaking person. Like, let's say you have always worked in the people where they speak Hindi or Urdu or Arabic or English. What would you do? We always provide training. This is your job to provide training to the team member. Coaching. Day one, I told you how to make the mind map. I told you how to do RCA. I provided you the step by step training. I'm not going to do that again for the entire team. Now, individually, if somebody asks me some question, like one of Kamar asked, "Sir, what is mind map?" Like, you can answer that. But the entire team, we don't do that. Okay. So, few solution you gave it, provide the culture training, have a team building activity, right? Have a clear agenda, convenient time. Now, convenient time in virtual team is challenge. So you need to have an overlapping time. Many students have asked me many times, sir, can we change this timing 1 hour plus minus something? I never do that. This is such a soft spot of timing that I found it very difficult. People of India, they are at home, they are done with the dinner. People of Pakistan, they are almost done with their dinner. People in Saudi Arabia, mostly they are living alone, they just reach their home. Most of them. Still, some people reach at, people of Dubai, Gulf, they just reach their home, like the Gulf region. Now there is a counter back. On Friday, the people of US, Canada cannot come, but I record that. So this is a virtual team challenge. People of Australia still they cannot come. It's 1 a.m. in Australia. I have two students from Australia. Right? No, now it is 2 a.m. in Sydney. Right? So there is always a challenge there. So you need to identify the overlapping thing. I do 4 question answer session every week. 3 question answer sessions are at 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Like exactly at this time, I do that. But one coaching call I only do for people of Australia, US, and Canada, 7 p.m. my time, when it will be 4 a.m. in India. Overlapping. You need to identify the virtual team challenges and work with them. Right? So these things do help. Let's do some question answer. Afran, let's start with you since you are chilling on beach. So your background is beach. Let's start with you. Let's solve this question. Afran? Ji. Afran, unmute yourself and solve this question. Read it. Brother, read it.
Can-
Yes. Read it.
A new CEO has joined the company and project manager is updating the results of the pre-stakeholder analysis, including the influence or impact creep. The CEO has high level of influence and high level of impact in the project. What strategy is PM likely used to manage the CEO expectation through the project? A is a monitor, B is a keep inform, C is manage closely, D is keep satisfied.
Yes.
D is a keep.
Yes, Bhajan. Why?
Yeah, answer is a D, keep satisfied.
Keep study. How?
We need to manage the CEO expectation. We need to keep satisfied for the um, high power, low interest.
Where it is written low interest? Can you show me?
The CEO is under, it will come fourth quadrant.
Hmm?
CEO.
So see, read the question again. Read the question again. Afran, brother,
Yes.
don't get panic.
Yeah.
It's okay. We are in the learning phase. Okay?
Yes.
Read the
Yeah.
question again. Identify the keywords. Everyone, you have
Okay.
nothing to do with them, right? You have to do with your preparation, right? So
Yes.
again, read the question for me.
Want to louder?
Read the question again.
A new CEO has joined the company. The project manager is updating the results of the previous stockholder analysis, including the influence in impact grid. The CEO has a high level influence and high level of the impact on the project.
Mhm.
Okay, he has a high level influence and high level impact on the project.
Mhm.
See, interest on both. He have a power and he have interest also.
So,
Here they mention.
so where he will
It
go?
will coming manage closely first quadrant.
Good, good. Very well done. I'm proud of you, Afran. Very well done. Good job. High power, high impact.
Thank you. Thank you.
Never worried about it. I'm here for you. Give the raw lessons. But you did mistake. You were panicked. You did not identify the keywords. You did not use the elimination technique. Okay?
Okay.
Rakesh, next. Rakesh, next.
You are a newly hired project manager working on your first project at a law firm to upgrade information security. The two managing partners at the law firm are used to getting their way and are pressuring, pressuring you to meet only their needs and not to involve the remaining 30 lawyers in the project. How will the identify stakeholder process assist you with the task?
Yes.
How you will control stakeholders and their impact throughout the project. Establishing an approach to increase the support and minimize opposition of stakeholders. The option creating a systematic approach to identifying stakeholders. D setting the tone for document creation to be used on the project.
Tell me. Yes, brother.
Approach to increase the support and minimize opposition of stakeholders. A graph where we have like 5 hours, I believe. I forgot the graph, but I have to make sure they are supportive and they are helping us, like those two managing partners.
Hmm. So,
Yeah, like option B will be the right answer.
B will be the right answer. Why? Can you do one? Can you
Mhm.
do one favor for me and read this last line? What is the? Oh, what is the last line?
Identify stakeholders, process assist you with the task.
Mhm. So what is the question asking here?
The stakeholder process
What is
your
the
task.
question? What is the question asking here?
Identify stakeholders.
Hmm?
Yeah.
What will be the answer?
I'm just thinking about option C, creating a systematic approach
Why did
to
you change your answer?
task contents. Like, yeah, it is asking, like, how exactly we have to identify the stakeholder.
So what was the mistake here, Rakesh? And everybody, like majority of you have given B, B, B. Sir Vishnu has given C. Ahmed, you went to another way, A. So what was the problem we did here? I gave you 7-step formula. What was the step 1? Slow down. Step 2, if the question is more than 3-liner, what to do? Read the last line. You are not slowed down, Rakesh. You did not read the last line. The question categorically said how to identify the stakeholder. Okay? How to identify the stakeholder. This is planning. We know, guys, we know that initiation, planning, execution, monitoring and control, and closing. This is planning. Establish an approach to increase support. This is execution. Setting a tune for this planning. This is the only one. Saying, yelling at you. Create a systematic approach to identify stakeholder. You did not use elimination technique. Elimination technique says that you must justify why A is wrong, why B is wrong, why D is wrong. You did not use elimination technique. Yes, Asra.
Yeah, but the statements above specify that
So what?
there are 2 stakeholders and 10 more
That's
are
okay.
there.
That's okay. What is the real question here? Where they gave you just a scenario. They just gave you a scenario to distract. But what the real question is? Where did they ask you the question?
It kind of gave an impression that all these
That was the
stakeholders are
purpose.
identified.
That was the purpose to confuse you, sister. Where they are asking you question? Okay, let me give you a scenario that's that. Yesterday I wake up and I had a class, then I went to walk, then I did food, then exercise. How much it is if I want to go to Dubai, how much will the charges? Does the question has anything to do with the entire story? That was the thing.
No, yeah.
That is why I read the last line. Na? Okay, eliminate all noise. Yogesh, thank you. With that, why don't you solve the next question? Yogesh, where are you? Yogesh, are you with me?
Yes, I'm listening.
Yeah.
Okay, can you just open the question?
Next question.
Okay, a construction project team is facing a growth resistance from people living nearby. These people believe they are stakeholders as they perceive that they will be affected by the work in the project and or by the results. Should the project manager consider these people as an actual stakeholder? There is no. We already know that's S. So A is the correct answer without reading anything else.
Mhm.
Anything else?
So what
Yeah,
will
A is, yes, they are the actual stakeholder who perceive them as a stakeholder for that project.
Mhm. So
Yeah,
you
I'm quite fast. So
why you are fast? That need to be.
I see the keyword and I see the right answer already. Maybe
That
I
is
don't
okay.
just
What is the rule number 1? The most important rule.
slow down.
What do you that? No. What is the second most important rule?
Keyword.
Keyword. But the most important rule after getting slowed down is, Yogesh, even if your answer is right, I don't care. Need to use elimination technique. That this is practice. If you don't build a muscle, if you don't build a muscle with the easy question, you cannot do with the hard question. And guys, there's an option in the Zoom. You can, if you look, you can answer directly to me. And next time, whenever you answer the question, answer me. Answer me. Because as somebody said, it was a combined send answer to me. This is called halo effect. Oh, sorry, bandwagon effect. If so, everyone is doing, you want to do that, right? Like if you see everyone is getting Amazon drop shipping, you start doing it. If you see everyone is becoming digital marketer, so I don't want that. Okay, Yugesh, I
Yes,
did better in the next questions. Okay,
sure.
am I clear?
Thank
Slow
you. Yes.
down. The three important rule: slow down, keywords, elimination technique. The remaining is less important. So should the project should they be considered as important? Yes, all stakeholders are important. Okay, Aisha Musarat, are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Hmm.
How would you manage? Okay. A new stakeholder has been identified. He is high power, low interest. High power, low interest. How would you manage them? High power, low interest. Keep set. Okay, I'll read the options. Manage them closely. Keep informed. Put him in the watch list. Keep satisfied. Keep satisfied.
Why?
Because high power, low interest. That
High
is the
power?
keyword. Low interest.
Thank you. So she solved the question right, but you did not. Again, Aisha, sister, why did not you eliminate other options? Let your answer is right again. You were slowed down. You need to go to option A. Since it is low interest, it cannot be managed closely. Since it is high power, low interest, it can be B option. Put him watch list, no. He's high power, low interest, no. Keep him satisfied, no. You need to eliminate, sister. Okay, Aisha?
Yes, sir. Keep satisfied is the answer.
It's the right answer, but you need to use the elimination technique. I will
Yes.
keep saying this thing. I don't care about the right answer. I need the right process.
Okay.
ठीक है
Sure, inshallah.
जी
Yeah.
मोहसिन जमान सर नेक्स्ट
Yes,
क्वेश्चन
Amer.
नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन
The stakeholder was involved highly in the project, but now he is less interested and want to receive updates only every week. What will you update? Stakeholder register, stakeholder plan, communication plan, risk register. Okay. Okay, so stakeholder register, I will keep this option. Stakeholder plan, no, this is not related to that one. And communication plan is also, you want to receive update only every week. Stakeholder was involved. Now is less interested in what only.
जी सर
Uh, I will go with option C, communication plan,
व्हाई हाउ डिड
because
हाउ डिड यू जस्टिफाई A is not the right, B is not the right, D is not the right? How?
the stakeholder is already existing, so there is no need to update the register.
Beautiful. Why not?
Okay. And stakeholder plan, uh, this one is already the plan has no impact on the question, which is
Okay, I'll come to that later. Okay, why not?
okay. Communication plan, why I'm choosing this one? Because now there is a change in the
receiving update, when your communication to them frequently or that period has been changed. Now he is interesting to see receive the update on weekly basis.
Hmm.
So communication requirement is
Okay. Why not
yeah.
risk register?
Risk is not related to the
Okay, good.
question.
Good. You could have also said 4 hours of communication, right information, right time to right people to have a right impact. Since it's talking about that, so that's why. But I love it. You are able to eliminate it. So how I solved these two questions, you need to solve questions, guys, in this way. Will it take time for you now? Yes. Should it take time? For sure. Because in this way, we can build a momentum. Okay. Thank you, Mohsen. So these are the mind maps. In addition to the mind map, like what happens in initiation, planning, execution, different way to do the mind map. This is one way, right? This is another way. This is made by students. So this is your stakeholder communication topic. Very, 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 very important. Okay. So let's have a 10-minute break, relax, and then we will discuss how do I manage the team? How do I manage a team? Please note, initiation only have 3 things. What are the 3 things? Project charter, assumption log, and stakeholder register. Then we have planning, stakeholder plan, communication plan. Now we are going to make a resource management plan. Jivan.
What was the last answer?
What was
Last question.
his
Strategy
answer?
plan?
No, no, his answer was right. It was
Okay, communication plan.
communication plan was the right answer because
Okay, I was thinking, why not strategy plan? Because the
there is no
stakeholder.
there is no strategy plan in the option. Where is the strategy plan?
Oh, sorry, stakeholder plan.
First, it is talking about 4 hours of communication. The right information, right
Right.
time, right people. He now want to receive update only weekly. Okay,
Oh,
that's okay. Keywords. Varun, keywords.
okay, okay, okay.
Okay. Okay,
Thank
guys,
you.
let's have a 10-minute break. Get your tea. My tea is here. My wife gave it to me. So you get your tea and we'll meet in 10 minutes.